Hello there, good afternoon, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Joe. We have got a fantastic masterclass lined up for you over the next couple of hours. Masterclass is when we feature and focus on a specific kind of technique, or in this case, range of products, because this masterclass is going to be about all things Sharon Callis. Now, Sharon is an all-round good egg, but also very, very talented designer, and we're going to be looking at the amazing succulents that she brings to us, along with a lot of her other previous collections too. I know it's going to be one of those awesome shows that you're going to want to bookmark, save, share, because the man that is going to be inspiring us over the next couple of hours is, of course, my good friend Craig. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing so good, thank you so much. Absolutely, like yourself, beyond excited to be getting going with this masterclass here. As you said, when it comes to Sharon Callis, excuse me, the things that
you need
she
to get
creates,
emotional, Craig.
I know. I love her. What you've got is you've got the ability to create these phenomenal florals or flowers, or you can see with the collection being the succulent here. A lot of depth when it comes to these ones, and a lot of them can be real lifelike as well. Whether you're going to go with the additional paper pad that Joe will show you just shortly, or maybe you want to bring in some of your texture paper pads, but because we've got embossing folders as well, we can go through, do some inking. These are all going well by the end of the show. These are all demos that we're going to do throughout the next couple of hours, using the Succulent Collection, using the past Butterfly and Bloom Collection, and if we do even get a chance, we'll go back to one of our Tuscan frames that she's had in the past as well, that we could be using them. As always, Sharon Callis Collections, they work independently, just beautifully together. Bring them in with any of our other ranges, bring them in with any of your other ranges from us, or anywhere else in the crafting universe. They're going to complement them just perfectly.
Yeah, they are absolutely gorgeous, all of the Sharon Callis ranges, but the one that seems to have really struck a chord with you guys of late is the Sensational Succulents collection. Now, lots in here for you, 4 embossing folders, 3 die sets, a stamp and die set, but the thing that really sets it apart is the amazing quilling dies that you are getting in here, because this enables you to get awesome results when it comes to your quilling, and they are quite revolutionary, Sharon's quilling dies, and Craig will go through that as we go through the show. So in here, you're going to get the Lila China. You're also going to receive the Baby Aloe, which is this one here. You are going to get the Jade. Now, the finished element for my Jade has just dropped off. There's the quilling die. That is what you're going to be able to produce with that as well, which is fantastic. I love this one. It's the Sword Grass. You're going to be able to use it with the succulents. This is definitely one I can see you using away from this collection equally as much, and you're also getting the Merry Maiden within there too. It's a brilliant price on this for absolutely everyone. What I would say is Club Inspire Platinum members, you're looking at just over half price for our Club Inspire Platinum members. So definitely check out the website, because there's lots of other collections and ranges that we'll get to as we go through the show, all being well. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click that shop the show button. Something else I want to share with you, which is not in the collection, but I really want you to pop in your basket as well, is the 30-piece paper pad in the succulents range, and this has been all colour matched for you so as you can get that amazing finished effect from your quilling dies very quickly and very easily. $5.99 or $7.95 on the pre-sales, and a lot of you have been multi-ordering on that one as well. It is going to be a very informative couple of hours, a very informative class. If there's anything that you need to know, you can always get in contact with me in all the usual way, which is Crafters TV over on Facebook, or Crafters Companion across on YouTube. And our social media superstar, who is Colleen for today, will ping those messages my way. So get those over to me. But Craig, I know you've got loads that you want to share with us.
I do indeed, and we're going to start off by using a combination of the dies as well as the embossing folders. We'll even do a little bit of inking as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it in my pokey tool. That's a good start, Joe. Let's go in straight with a little bit of embossing first and foremost. So I've got some layers already done, but we'll explain what I'm doing as we are going on throughout the show. So I've taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card for this one here, and I've cut it to 5 by 5. Now I'm going to bring in the garden frame. Now this one is 5 by 7, but this is a prime example where you don't have to use all of the design of the embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my cardstock into the middle, and And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of centralize it so that I'm getting the circle floral within as much to the center as possible. And then when I'm happy with where I've got it, I'm then going to close my folder. And this is what I would class as a 2D embossing folder, in the fact of it's not a 3D one, which means you just need your 2 cutting plates. So we're going to run that one through, and then we're going to do a little bit of inking first. So we're going to do the embossing with this one. We're going to die cut the plant pot and get that one ready to go. And then what we can start to do is we can start to then die cut the flowers, do the quilling, and show you that real ornate way, this real revolutionary way that Sharon Callis has come up with the actual quilling format. So what I'm going to do within this one here is let's go. Do you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to do this one again. So I'm going to slot this back in. So if I go in back to where I was, and then what I'm doing is I want a little bit more extra punch to this, Joe. So I'm slotting it back until I feel that it's just locked in. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to bring my plates in again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate my metal shim. So if I get my metal shim, if we can find it, which is here. So I'm going to then pop that back in again. And this is just going to push that embossed detail that little bit more. The reason being that I'm doing this as well at this point, the plates that I'm using are our studio plates, as you can imagine. They've been used lots and lots and lots of times. So you've got a slight little bend starting to come with them. When you're using yours at home, you're going to be really religious in flipping and rotating them, because there's a lot of us using them. You know, we never know which side's been used last. So this is why ours will tend to buckle slightly. So that's why I've gone back in again, but I've added my metal shim.
Oh, I can see that there.
You can see it just here, perfect. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go in with some parakeet for this one, and it's water reactive, and then I'm going to go round and we're going to start to add some colour. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go as far up to this circle ring here with the colour. Don't need to go all the way in, because what's going to happen is we're going to come along just shortly and die cut and emboss and colour the plant pot. That's then going to go into the middle, so we don't need to come and cover this full lot up. It's nice just to go around the edges. But what I'm also doing is I am going to ensure that I am covering the image of the floral and the foliage, and it makes it stand out that little bit more. Well, I say a little bit more, dramatically more. You can see the difference now against the embossed colour. So let's go round into here. I'll just finish this bit off, and then we can go on to our next bit, which is the plant pot. So here we go.
It's a lovely colour, that, Craig.
It's really nice, isn't it? Sometimes if you just want that something that's a little bit different than blue, it's not a subtle baby blue, but it's not a real intense kind of like ocean blue. Gives you that different take on it, so your parakeet can be a good one for that one. I'm going to set that to the side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with a piece of our craft card, and then I'm going to go in with our plant pot here. So this is a good sizable one, and it's 4 inches by 4 inches. Actually, I've got one that's not been opened yet. So we can
box
go in.
fresh,
I know,
Craig.
oh, it's a good feeling when you get a box
It is,
fresh
isn't it?
one, isn't it? It really, really is. Makes you feel extra special in some way.
You are extra special, Craig. Don't worry about that.
You like. That's why I like working with you. You always say good things.
I always sometimes I love to just drop something.
I know
on
what
Craig.
you do. Yeah, I know what you do.
What I then love to do is just maybe leave him for a moment,
Leave
because
me hanging.
he's like a swan on the water sometimes.
Yes.
He's all graceful up top, but underneath he's paddling away.
That's because out the corner of my eye I'm looking to see
very
whether he
mean
says
at-
something else, or is he just leaving me?
It's why we have so much fun together,
To
Craig.
be honest, I love it when you leave me high and dry. It's
you?
good. It's interesting just to see, okay, where's he going now? So look at this one as the plant pot here. Now you're going to be able to use these. What about, Joe, your flower forming? You know, if
Yeah,
you want
lovely.
to create them around, would look really, really nice. Nice as it is here, but what we can then do is let's go back in with one of our other embossing folders. And this one's the Geo Wire Trellis. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. Now, I only want to emboss this bottom half. You don't have to emboss everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm making sure that I've got this.
That's a nice idea, Craig.
On the right side.
I've never thought about using an embossing folder like this.
It's a nice way to do it, yeah. Whether, you know, the plant pot, it could be any of your cardstock. You don't always have to die cut, or sorry, you don't have to emboss the whole area. So what I'm doing is I'm coming to the top lip of our plant pot, and I'm just matching it up against the line at the end, and then I'm going to close that. And then as it is another one of a standard embossing folder. And I need to start thinking of another word, because there's nothing standard about these ones or Sharon Callis's or ours. Yes, conventional ones. You've got incredible design within them. You've got that incredible look with them. You've got a lot of detail within them. So it's nothing standard about them. So we can then bring this one out the way now. So we're left
Love
with
that.
a nice design.
I would like to buy that as an actual plant pot, please, Craig.
Do you know
get
something?
That manufactured.
If we could manage to do that, that would be quite good, wouldn't it? If we were able to then get some plant pots.
Stencil onto plant pots, which is quite creative and quite fun.
Can't you? Yeah.
Using you can get like DIY stencils, can't you? In like chalk spray paints and stuff. Some friends of mine do that. It's a really lovely crafty thing to do.
Yeah, really good as well. Or even, you know, do something along those lines, and then something as simple as like a Mod Podge coating. You know, you've got a few different ones for garden wear would be quite nice. So yeah, nice. I'd love to see if you get a load of plant pots and do that sort of thing,
Yeah,
Joe.
it'd be nice.
Would be good, wouldn't it?
I'm a bit obsessed with plants at the moment, so yeah, some friends have been, I think the word is propagating some for me. Hopefully I'll get to pick them up soon.
Really?
So from clippings, yeah, they've been growing them on for me, ready to pop in my apartment, which will be lovely.
I'll bet you that would look really nice.
I'll try not to kill them, Georgina. George squared in the gallery today.
They are indeed, aren't they? On the ball of the day.
They are indeed. Loads of people joining us from all over as well. Evelyn's in Colorado, she's saying hi. Denise is in again. I think it's Denise in Trinidad, pretty sure. Diet is in from South Carolina. Clarice says she's in a very sunny Diet is in Southern California. Clarice is in a sunny South Carolina. And Georgianne is in from Clearwater, Florida. Oh, it sounds really warm, doesn't it?
It does.
Where everyone's joining us from today.
It's really sunny in here today, isn't it?
Very summer-like here in the northeast today.
Summertime indeed. Yeah, get the sunglasses on, shorts on.
I've had my sunglasses on already on Monday.
Did you?
First day, yeah. Not quite brave the shorts yet this year, Craig.
No?
No.
Not yet?
Not had the pins out just yet.
Not yet, not yet. Plenty of time for that though, Joe.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time. So what we can do is if I layer these bits up to start with, and then what I am away to do very, very quickly, let's get rid of some of that ink, because the last thing I want is to get inky cardstock after spending that time inking it up.
So a lot in here for £77.
That isn't it?
Or $106. Well, of course, you know, Platinum members paying $61.60 or $84.80. It is great value. I think it's one of those collections that you're going to... It creates something very specific, doesn't it? But I think you're going to love putting them together. It's going to become that go-to collection, this.
It is. It really is going to be a go-to one, because you've got different styles and different looks when it comes to the stamps, as well as, the dies. That's what I was trying to think of. The dies. For instance, we've got the baby aloe. We've got Lily China. These are the ones that I'm going to use within this demo. We've got the Mary Maiden, and then the Swordgrass, like you. I absolutely adore this one. Something as simple that you think, so worthwhile.
Very effective, isn't it?
Popping onto your cards. So what I'm going to do, what I am going to also be using is that additional cardstock that you might also want to pop into your basket. That's going to work well with these ones.
Great that that's double-sided, Craig, as well. So if these are in like a pot or something like that, or you know, you're making a piece of home decor or a keepsake, however you look at it from any angle, it's going to look absolutely gorgeous, which I think is really well thought out.
It really is, and that's the thing, you know, with Sharon Callis being the crafter that she is, the designer that she is, thinks of all these things. And absolutely, you can be doing these on your double-sided papers. You can do them on your single-sided papers. The only thing you need to keep in mind, though, is the fact is you're away to quill them. So you want something that's got that decoration on the back. So we will all tell you here at Crafter's Companion, as well as Sharon, is if you use your double-sided one-sided, this is where it's really going to make it more effective. So it doesn't matter whether you're going to be looking in or you're looking from behind, what you're going to see is nice decoration and detail, whether it's pattern or whether it's core colour card. But we can bring this one in here. So if I move this one to the side, and this is where some of you have maybe not seen this before. What we've got here, and this is what is phenomenal with the way that Sharon's come up with these ones. What you would find in the past with standard quilling dies, they end up die cutting just one side. So if I take a bit of cardstock just so I can kind of roughly half it, that is what it would look like. And then you would die cut that twice, and then you would then have to come along and you would have to overlay them yourself using your glue, maybe your red liner tape. But what Sharon's done, she's come along and she's done it so that they are two of them, but they're joined as one and they're already offset on each side. So we can see these two here, and the opposite is adjacent to the other side, but it overlaps just perfectly. And it overlaps because you've got this perforation line. It's not there for you to tear in half or cut in half. It's there for you to fold. However, what you've got within this one here, and this is the baby...
Shark do 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 do. No? Okay.
No. Aloe. Aloe. I can't say... I'm used to saying aloe vera.
Well, I think it is a baby aloe vera, this one. So, but I think it's just called baby aloe. But you can call it if it makes it easier for you.
It a lot easier.
Craig. Say baby aloe vera if you like.
Makes it a lot easier for me to say baby aloe vera. That I can say. Now, what I've done within these ones, you've got your score lines. So what I've done is help manipulate it by pulling them forward slightly. Now, automatically, what you would want to do, Joe, is go onto this other side and do exactly the same. Now, if you were to do that, when you fold that over, can you see that they're actually going in the opposite direction? So what you want to do is we've pinched this side here, so we want to flip it over and we want to do exactly the same on the other side.
Perfect.
Then this means when we fold it down the middle in a moment, it's then going to overlap perfectly, and it's also going to be shaped in the same direction as well. So pinching them, and then what we can do now is if I fold these in on themselves, this is where you'll see that we have got all of these baby aloe veras pointing. And when I say pointing, I mean they're all shaped facing the right way. So do it on one side and then flip it over, and then you can start to manipulate them down the other side, Joe. Simple as that.
Awesome.
And
such a sort of simple but well thought out concept, these, aren't they?
It's one of those that you do think, like, why did no one think of it beforehand? So simple in that way. And then what I'll do is I'll just explain this one just now, Joe, while I start to quill this one up. Going to use my tacky glue, so I've got our collal tacky glue within this one here, and I've got my quilling tool. Now you can be using your tweezers if you want. What I would say...
Do you always start from the small end out, Craig?
Yeah. Do you know, it's not set in stone that that's what you have to do. But, you know, if you do look at them, what you find is you've got your smaller components in the middle, and then it gets with your larger leaves or petals on the outside. So what I'm doing now is I've popped my quilling tool in, and I'm going to roll it slightly. So where my thumb is, I want to roll it just enough so I don't see the tip of my quilling tool. Let's go back slightly. If I was to start putting glue on here now, what will happen is that's going to stick to the end of the quilling tool. So when you come to pull it out, you're going to tear it as you pull it out because it's stuck to the quilling tool.
Okay.
So therefore, roll it just a couple of times until you cannot see the tip of the quilling tool. And then I'm going to put a little line of tacky glue. And then I'm going to start to roll. I'm just going to start to quill all the way up. And I'm holding it quite taut here in my left hand. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I don't even need to put any glue on this bit. I'm going to keep going till I get to the end. And then as I get to the end, that's when I'm going to start to put a little bit of glue. So let's just stabilize that slightly. And then I am, at this point, I'm going to take it out and then I'm going to hold it into my fingers. And then I'm going to do a little bit of glue here. And then at this point, I'm going to roll that in on itself. And then I'm going to go into the center. If you just need to maneuver it back in slightly, you can do. And then this is where I'm going to hold it at the base for that glue to grab. So all the G's, glue to grab on this one. And then what I can do is I can start to open them out and then start to manipulate them as well. So you're wanting to then open them and pull them so you get more of an open floral. So we're going to go in, I'm going to wrap that around just a little bit more as well for that to grab that wee bit more. If you do want to come in with maybe a hot glue, you can do. I do prefer to use the tacky glue, and I know it's tacky glue that Sharon will use as well. It's just for the next few seconds, then this is when we can come along, start to maneuver them all about, and it starts to come to life just in front of you. And don't be feared to get in there and maneuver them, pull them apart, position them, spread them out, because that is the look that you're wanting to go for. And then we're starting to move them, press them in. I'm going to lift a few of these ones up into place here. So we're starting to get
awesome
that look that you can see onto this one here. And then I think it's worthwhile doing one more, and let's do the grass on this one. So let's bring in the grass. This time what I'm doing is I'm going to be using a piece of just our white, funny looking white, green, could be white if you wanted to, and colour it yourself. But we're going to bring in the sword grass, pop that one in. And then this is going to go through in the exact same way as any other dyes. And then we'll start to quill this one, but we'll quill it in a slightly different way.
Okie doke. Jennifer says, Joe, how did the poppies you order turn out? It's a sad story there, Craig. You know I told you I'd ordered some fresh poppies?
Oh, yeah?
To be delivered. I got an email the morning they were meant to be delivered on, I think, was it Saturday or Sunday? I'd say they hadn't come in. So I didn't get them. Oh. I was very sad. I'm going to reorder them again as soon as I can. Mariah says, great idea, Craig, embossing the pot. I love that. She also goes on to say, even if you had a friend that kills plants, you could make them a card from this and write, here's a plant you can't kill. There you go. Great idea, true. Mariah.
Yeah. Really good idea on that one there, isn't it? Really good. That's the sort of thing that would be good for me, because I do just kill them.
I've only got 2 plants at the moment. Both of them are thriving, I must say.
Are they?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's luck more than judgment, if anything, Craig.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're doing different with them, or...?
Rather than just watering them all the time and not checking them, I've learnt how you put your finger in the soil and work out whether it needs water or not. And that's
really?
The game changer for me, yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Yes, you just put your finger in the soil and then feel how dry the soil is. And after a while, you work out if it needs water or not. And a good feed as well.
So what's the difference between water and feed?
So,
like, you don't give them
like a
digestive
supplement,
biscuits, do you?
No, unfortunately not. Feed is just like a supplement, basically. It's like a gel. You put a pump of it in and then water them.
Okay.
It just gives them like extra nutrition and stuff.
Yeah. Ah. So is that just like house plants? Is this flowers?
All of them, I think. I think like you can buy feed for pretty much all plants, I think. I think even succulents. Don't water these ones. They won't like it.
No, they wouldn't like it. Not because it's cardstock or papers that you're using.
Wouldn't work out well.
Now I've done the same with the sword grass here. So we're nice and stable at the base here. The only thing different on this one, I didn't need to fold it in half. I didn't need to do anything. All that I needed to just do was quill it. And then I'm grabbing it at the base here and I'm just going to maneuver my quilling tool just until that one comes out. And you can keep it like that, Joe, or what you can start to do is you can start to go in, have a wee bit of a play with it. It reminds me, remember when they used to put kind of like sawdust in old tights? And then you used to put like grass seeds or something.
Yeah, like Mr. Grasshead or whatever it's called, yeah.
Yeah. Just reminds me of that. So there is the grass on that one there. We're going in with our aloe vera. And then the one that I've already done in the same format, but as the show goes on, we'll be showing you all these ones again. we have used this one, which is the Merry Maiden. And this is what we've created by going back to that paper pad that you might want to also pop in as an extra item. And I've die cut it the exact same way as I've done the aloe vera, and I folded it in half and then also quilled it in the exact same way. And then we've created this one. And if you do go with the paper pad, it's done all the shading for you. You know, you've got a variety of different colours, tones and shades, so you can be using them where that you want to use them. So that's these ones. So what we can do is let's start to assemble this one now. So we'll bring in all these little bits back together again. Now this one, I'm going into our copper glitter card. So I'm going to use our tacky glue for this one. So it's going to dry into the layers of the glitter and it's going to be more stable. Into here.
Fabulous. I love that blue and the copper together.
Works well.
Beth, I mean, everyone's full of compliments today, Craig. Beth says, what is Joe's secret? He looks younger every time I see him. Looking sharp, Joe. A good surgeon. I'm joking.
Good haircut.
A haircut has helped. And getting out in the sun, I think. And Mary says, say, Joe, just wanted to come up and say you're looking great. Congratulations. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. It's very kind of you. I'd love to know if any of you out there own this collection, because it launched, actually. It's a really good point, Craig. It launched on the 27th of March. Jan did the launch. So she should have her spin on this collection. Then there was actually a craft class on the 11th of April. So that was what, Sunday just gone. Debbie did it, Debbie Fisher. Now Craig's doing it as well. So you've had lots of opportunities to see different spins on it. Remember, you can go back and watch that launch day and that craft day back in its entirety over on our website whenever you like, which is fantastic. So make sure you go and check those out. But if you do own this collection, you have been crafting with it, I would love to see some pictures of what you've been up to. And you can email those to me really simply, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Details are over there on the bottom of your screen. Do pop us over some pictures. We love seeing, don't we, Craig, what people have been up to at home.
Absolutely adore seeing them, seeing what you're creating. Whether you use the collections on their own or whether you incorporate them with other collections that you've got. For instance, like maybe your flower forming or that. Always good to see. Gives us ideas as well.
Yeah,
inspires us. It's funny that because, you know, many of you at home, if it's on social media or comment and emailing in, you know, you always thank us on the team for helping to inspire you. But trust me, you guys at home help to inspire us as well on many of occasions. So it's a big thanks to you all too.
You know that the design team have just loved putting these together as well, don't you, Craig? There are so many sensational projects that have been made with this. I'm going to share some of those with you that I've got over here in a little while, but they are incredible. And actually what I think is so great about this, Craig, is the versatility of it and the mass appeal. Even if you're someone that has never made a card before in your life, you have no intention of making a card ever, how about doing little plant pots? How about making, you know, keepsakes, doing terrariums with these? There are so many different uses for these. I think it's absolutely awesome. I know a lot of you out there that love flower forming, I think, would really enjoy these collections. I would actually go as far as to say this is, not that flower forming is in any way difficult, Craig, but this is maybe even simpler than flower forming. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Yep, it really, really is. You know, because it is die cutting cardstock or paper, and then you're rolling it up. You know, you don't have to worry about heat or direct heat or anything along that line. It's simply die cutting and rolling. So it's, I would certainly agree with you on that one, saying that it's a lot easier. You can tell I very rarely use my glue gels because they're all blocked. Right, let's go into my Tiffany trolley of tricks here. Let's go in now. And now what I'm going to do, you could start to use your hot glue to assemble these ones in, but I like to use the glue gel for these ones because you do get that more manoeuvrability. And don't be scared to put a fair bit in. So what I've done is I've popped my plant pot on with foam pads, and I've popped foam pads on this bottom half, and then I've left this top half without any adhesive because this is where we're going to start to tuck in some of these extra succulents into place. What I've also done as well is this one here is the Lily China. This is one that we'll also use again in one of the other demonstrations that I'll show you how to form, but it's the exact same way. as I done this one and how I showed you using the aloe vera. So they've all got the same concept. They look different and give a different style, but they're all quilled within the same way. So what we can do is tuck that one in. And these are very dimensional, Joe, and that's what they're meant to be. So if you're going to be giving them as, you know, a card, maybe even part as a gift, I would be popping them into a handmade box that I've made.
Perfect. Using
the Ultimate Pro or the scoreboard or something like that. You do absolutely want to put them into a box. And then we're going to layer all these bits up. So we're going to do tuck in with the grass. So we're going to go into place. We can then start to have them so that they're poking out. Let's do this one onto this bit here. And then this is where the extra enjoyment comes in. You're deciding what's tucking in where, what do you want to be more visible to the eye, what do you maybe want to have just subtly, maybe just peeking around the corner from the plant pots. It's up to yourself. So I think if I go into there, we can see kind of happy enough with that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a couple of extra little bits that I've got. So we're
Georgina just saying, Craig, how effective that embossing folder is on the plant pot. It's a great idea, that.
It works well, doesn't it? Really does work well, that we can see. Just lifts it that little bit more. Now what I've done is I've brought in one of the little, now where have I got them here, plant pot tags, and then I've come in with a stamp and just stamped into the middle of it. But this is where you've got your little, even these are little cute, aren't they? Really nice.
You can use those for so many other things.
You can do.
I would love to see that on that. Do you know we did the milk carton boxes, the garden shed? That would look great, isn't it? Wouldn't it? Garden shed sign, just tucked behind your picket fence or something like that. You'll find loads of awesome ways to use those.
You will. You really, really will. It'll be one of those as well that you will be creating something from something completely different, and then you'll think, oh, I've got one of those that I could be using at home.
I think that's a sign of a really well-designed die collection, isn't it, Craig? When you automatically see and think of other ways that you're going to be able to incorporate it into the rest of your crafting.
Yeah, yeah. You know, because it's what you were saying earlier on with the element. What's it? You said is it 40? With 46 elements. So whether you're using one, like you say, we were saying there. Good example you picked upon. If you do bring that one element and use it into some of your other ones, then that just means that, you know, that's just one of 46 elements. There's lots of different ways in which you can use them. And I've got a little bit of white twine. It could be ribbon. It could be...
I thought you said white wine then for a
white
second.
wine?
Yeah, white twine. It's
White
almost the same,
wine.
isn't it? White twine.
It is
White
actually,
twine.
yeah.
White wine.
White wine. And then also put an additional little sentiment into there, just a note to say aloha. And then tuck that one in. Tucking it in, just because we've got the glue gel, we've got that manoeuvrability. Then there we go. We've got...
Awesome, Craig.
Real 3D depth. So we can see it straight on, and then if I turn it around sideways,
awesome.
You can see, and even then, if you wanted to shape the bottom of that plant pot that little bit more, then you absolutely can do. What I love though is you've got a little bit of flatness at the bottom, and then as you get further up, you're hit with this real burst of shape and dimension and incredible look to them. Love it. I just love this collection from Sharon.
And
love
definitely that, Craig, something you could do with your foam flower projects as well. You know, very similar concept. So if it's foam flowers that you create a lot of, absolutely something you can do with them there. I want to just show you a few of these samples that are here, if I may, because they are absolutely off the chart amazing. I'm going to start off with this terrarium, because imagine giving that to someone as a gift. What an incredible gift that is. There's some faux gravel in the bottom of there. We've got a few floral elements in there too. A lovely little post and a sign. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. This easel card as well, showing you that sometimes more is more. I think that is stunning. The amount of texture and depth and dimension that you're able to create with these is, again, absolutely awesome. This one here is a beautiful, what are we going to call that card shape there, Craig? I don't know. Let's call it a reef fold. That's not what it is, but you know.
Circle of life.
A circle of life, wow. And think about bringing other organic elements into your crafting. So we've got some hessian on here, which works so well. Think about twine, jute, maybe even little offcuts of fabric scraps that you've got, I think would be able to work beautifully within here. It's such an awesome collection that I know you're going to love. So they are some of the things that you can do with it. I'm just going to quickly whiz you back through those boards that you've got. Now, what I would say is everything in this collection is available individually for you. So this one here that I've got is the Lilla China that you can see, which is the one that Craig just used. It's got a really lovely wide rounded leaf on it, which is just gorgeous. You could get that if you wanted to on its own. We've then also got in here the Baby Aloe, as you can see, really, really beautiful. It's kind of prickly and spiky, this one, isn't it? But has a really lovely effect. The next one you've got here, this is your Neon Breaker. What an awesome name that is. So you can go for that individually as well if you wish. This one here is the Jade. That'd be your what, sorry?
My wrestling
Your wrestling name. This is the Jade. I've just lost my finished bit off there, but this is what the Jade creates for you there, as you can see. Absolutely stunning. We then have the Sword Grass. I love this. Do you know what? I think this almost has a bit of an underwater feel to it as well, Craig.
Yeah, seaweed or...
Like seagrass or coral or kelp or that kind of feel to it. Then you've got the Merry Maiden too, and they're all very dimensional, you see. And obviously we've been storing these flat, and it only takes a little bit of manipulation, and you can see how they automatically spring back for you. They are awesome, they really are. Now they are the quilling dies individually. Don't forget that within the main collection, you're going to receive all the quilling dies. You're also going to receive 4 embossing folders in there, which is brilliant, as well as 3 die sets, which are these ones just along the side just here, and you're going to receive a stamp and die set in there too, which is brilliant. £77 or $106. That becomes $61.60 or $84.80 as a platinum member. What I would also urge you to pop into your basket as well is this awesome paper pad. Now, 30 pieces in here, double-sided for you too, and all colour blended to give you the perfect result. So literally all you need to do, lay your quilling die over the top of here, and you've got something that is coloured up beautifully for you. What you can also do, of course, is take regular stamping. Would it be stamping card you would use, Craig, if you're going to do these from scratch with ink pads yourself?
Yeah, but you could get away with using watercolour card in that as well. Obviously, just think as well, the thicker the card might be a little bit more complicated to quirl, not impossible. So if you go with a lighter card like that, pad would be perfect.
Awesome. So you can use all your other ink pads that you've already got to colour them up and then come up with your own ones. And the great thing is with these, make them true to nature, or what you can also do is make them a bit abstract as well if you want to. How about, Craig, using some of your background stamps, stamping onto card and then quilling those, you know, with just, I tell you what would look great, you know, some of the stuff from the vintage diaries. Here's an idea. Take the vintage diary paper pad, cut it with the quilling dies and just make quilled flowers using that gorgeous pattern paper that's in there. I think you're going to have so much inspiration once you start working with this. It's going to really start to inspire you. Let me also move on now and share with you the Butterfly and Blooms collection. I really adore this, and also just to let you know, this is the best price yet when it comes to the Butterfly and Blooms collection. Platinum members are saving more than you're spending here. So this one here is your Climbing Rose, which is your first one. Again, you've got that same technology in the quilling dies for you. You've got the peony here, really lovely. Our boss's favourite flower if ever you are in the doghouse or you just want to send us some flowers, Craig, just so you know. This one here is your Butterfly Love. And then we've also got here for you, this is your Thinking of You. You then have the Mariposa, which is Spanish for butterfly. This is a really substantial die, by the way. You're really going to love using this one. And then you also have in here as well the Butterfly Love, which is fantastic. You get all of those in there for that great price that you can see. As I said, it's a less than half price deal compared to buying the individuals for Club Inspire Platinum members. What you can also do if you want to as well, they are broken down into the stamps and dies, the quilling dies, or the metal dies individually. So there's some smaller collections available for you over on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Some of you have sent pictures in for us, which we love. We'll share some of those more as we go through the show. Lynn's not happy. She's not happy at all, in fact, with me.
Oh, no.
She says, Joe, I'm not impressed. I've got that rotten Baby Shark song stuck in my head. It was definitely your fault. You can't blame Craig. And I'm not going to sing it again because It sounds like Lynn's, she's not best pleased. A lot of you saying that you've just ordered or are just expecting the arrival of the succulents. So Dana says this set just arrived. I'll be saving this to have a play. Love how real they look. Rhonda's got them, hasn't given it a go yet. And Erin's is out for delivery today. How exciting, Erin. Love that. Susan loving that last demonstration. Denise says these are great. I've never met a plant that I didn't kill. Oh yeah. Some of you out there, some of myself, I used to say myself included, not most green fingered. These are great for that. Stephanie says this is looking absolutely terrific. I love the dimension and the colour on the flower pot. Diet saying using Mod Podge glaze on the pot would make it look real. Sally says, will you be keeping the paper for these in stock? I would imagine, Sally, I haven't had a conversation with anyone about it. I would imagine it's a line or a product that we'll try and carry all the time if we can. Wanda just said, I just had to buy this collection. I was waiting for this class with Craig to make up my mind. So many ideas from all of these classes. Thank you all so much. Wanda, you are more than welcome. If you have any questions at all, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube, and Colleen is our social media superstar for this show, and she'll ping those messages across to me. And as we said, any pictures that you've got from any of the Sharon Callis collections, do send them into me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. And remember, there are lots of other Sharon Callis collections on the website for you in the shop, the show section. So do go and check those out too. But what an incredible deal, Craig, this is on the Butterfly and Blooms collection.
It is. It really is. And I was so lucky and so honoured to actually launch this collection on HSN America on behalf of Sharon, and also then here in the UK, certainly on Crafters TV, because we had Sharon Skyping in as well. So it was really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the succulent set, but we're going to come into this one first and foremost, and we'll do a little bit of a demo here. Now what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to use some of our Pink's texture cardstocks. Now I've got 3 strips here. I've got 2 in a deeper pink, 1 in a lighter pink, and I'm using the Climbing Rose for this one here. So these ones are slightly smaller in size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop them ones on, and then also at the same time what I'm going to do is I've got my green card. So let's cut out some of the leaves here and then here. And then what Sharon always or also gives you as well is on the back here, and I'm trying to see if she's written it on the packaging because I can never, ever remember the name of it. But it looks like a little starfish or a little star. You know, you can use it as little embellishments as florals, but it is actually there for a specific reason. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do this in green. Now, the chances are it's not going to be seen and it's not to be seen, but in the off chance it might be, thought if we do it within green, then it'll look like a little bit of foliage on the back. So what I'm going to do is let's stable that a little bit more within our card.
Craig, can someone call the police? Who stole the last 45 minutes of this show? Where does it go?
Oh my God. Oh my
I think we're all having way too much fun. That's what it is, Craig. Time flies, doesn't it, in the studio?
It does.
I feel like time just dissolves when we walk into the studio, you know?
It does. I know. I think maybe this is now the opportunity to apologise if we don't get through all the demos. But, you know, we'll do our best and get through what we can. And what I'm going to do is if I take these ones out the way now we can see. So this says, just to reiterate that this is the Climbing Rose that we've got here. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to do all 3 strips. I have got all 3 pre-cut ready. However, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be honest with you, Joe, because when I prepped this bit, I wasn't thinking properly. And what I mean by that is this, once I run this one through, I'll show you. Let's pop it through, running this one through. Now, here's one that I've already done. So I've actually got 3 like this one here. Now, on the opposite side, I put red liner tape. When you fold it in half, you do not need any adhesive, not any tacky glue. What that'll even do is that will even make, when you fold it in half, that's going to make it even thicker, and it will make it really quite tough for you to start to quill. So therefore, I'm going to show you this. This is kind of what to not do. And It would still work. You're going to have to really work that quilling that little bit harder. So therefore, let's just take a couple of extra minutes. There's 2 that we've done. We're just going to do 1 more, run it through. And the way that Sharon's designed these is that by folding them in half and then quilling them, it means that you don't need any adhesive in the middle whatsoever. You've got more than enough stability. So let's take these bits here, here and here. I won't do any more of these. Actually, yeah, we will do. While I've got the card, let's do 1 more here. And taping this one down with my tape. But you could be doing, maybe you like to do your backdrops, you know, with your Spectrum Noirs. Why not start to create your own backdrops and then start to cut them that way? And then you could do your own fancy florals, you know, when it comes to the colours that you use. So let's run that one through, and then we can get these quilled together. So I'm going to bring these ones back in, and we don't need to do any shaping to them. You can do if you want, it's entirely up to yourself, but there's no need to. So what I'm going to do is bring this one in, and then if I move that to the side. So what we can do now is fold it in half. So if we take this one and folding it all the way down. So it's at this point that you do not need any adhesive down that split. Bringing in our quilling tool. So we're going to go in. So we're going to start and we're going to roll it fairly up to that first petal. And then we can come in with our tacky glue again. And then I'm going to do a few dots or a few lines, maybe just over 1 inch and no more. Quilling all the way along, making sure that we tuck the petals in. And then we're going to keep going, keeping it quite taut within my left hand and running it along. Then when we get to the end, we're going to roll that round and we're going to press, hold it for a few seconds. This is where your tacky glue is absolutely going to be your best friend on this one. And then gently maneuver this one out, and then once it pops out, we can then start to pull all these bits. Look at this, we've then got our tiny little rows. You see that there? How cute's that? Then what we can do is let's take this one here. Now what this is for, and like I say, I still can't remember the name, but what we can do is I'm going to shape it slightly just within my hand, and then what I can do is come along, and this is actually to hide the base of the flower. And there's even a tiny little hole there that Sharon's put for you. So if you do want to feed stamens through, then you can do. You've got that option. And that's why I've done it green. So if you do see any of it, then it's still going to add to that kind of nature look. So what we can do, Joe, is let's quickly start to assemble these ones and quill these ones in the exact same way.
Awesome. Loads and loads of love still coming in for these collections, Craig. I think Sharon's obviously a very, very talented designer, isn't she?
Yeah.
Mary Pats that have the quilling dies from Sharon's collection really need to carve out some time to use these. Absolutely, you do. Do you know what I'd love to see with these done, Craig, as well, is maybe them done in a bit of a obscure kind of way. You know, like with some glitter card or some mirror card or something like that. You know, just making something a bit wacky, a little bit off the wall.
Yeah, there's no reason why that you can't. What I would do, the thicker, if you are wanting to use a cardstock like that, the thicker the cardstock you use, what I would then maybe do is use my tweezers.
Okay.
Use tweezers, but there's no reason whatsoever.
Instead of the quilling tool?
Yeah, yeah. You can, if you've got your quilling tool, if I take this one out, if you find that the aperture part of your quilling tool isn't quite wide enough, and actually I've done it on this one here, go in with the back of your scissors and just prise it open ever so slightly. Okay. Make it a bit wider, and then you can come along with your deeper cardstocks that we can see here. And then I'm going to do this last one here. And I think what I'll do, Joe, is I do have a finished sample. So I've got all my layers all done. So let's assemble this one, and I'll not stick it down. What I'll do is I'll just place it down, because I know that I really want to focus again onto the Succulent Collection. So let's quill this one. Start in with a little bit of glue, and then we can start to roll right to the end. And then at that point, we'll finish off with a couple of little bits of glue.
Great value on this collection as well, Craig. As we said, it is the best price yet on this. But Platinum members can pick this up for £36 in the UK, $47 in the US. That's a saving of £39.52 in the UK, or $51.79 in the US for Platinum members. That means you're actually saving more than you're spending compared to buying the individual. So definitely worth going for that larger collection. As I said earlier, there are some smaller collections for you. So you can get the Quilling collection. It's got the 2 quilling dies in there. You can go for the Stamp and Die collection. That's got the 2 stamps and dies. Or you can go for the metal die collection that's got the 4 metal dies. I'll recap those at the end of this demonstration for you, but wherever your price point is, there is something for everyone. And again, Sharon does bring us incredible designs, but she does bring us incredible value for money, doesn't she, Craig?
She does. She really, really does. Even when it comes to things like your butterfly stamps that I've used here, you've got tiny little dots, some of them aren't so tiny, which are enabling you to maybe pop any of your gems in place, any of your pearls in place, you know, really working around where it comes with the sentiments. You've got the dies that work in conjunction with them as well. So maybe you want to use them as they are, or you maybe want to build upon them. So versatile in that way. So what I've done is use pink white smooth stamping card. I have stamped that butterfly as well as this one here. And then using the die that comes with it, we've die cut it out. So what we can do is we can then start to layer this one into the middle. So I've popped that one in top, that one in top here. What I've also done as well is brought in one of the sentiments also within the set. And even a sentiment like this, butterflies remind us it's never too late to transform ourselves. That elegance of font, you've even got a die that matches with that one as well. So that can then go into place. So you don't even need to worry about fussy cutting into all these nooks and crannies. The die will do it for you. And then let's bring in these quilled climbing roses, and we can pop these around into place, pop in these little foliage bits. These dies alone, these would be good also with your flower forming as well. You know, really just tuck them into the back with anything like that. But we can tuck them in, bring them in, shape them even more if you want. But just finding all those little bits that you can have them free flowing. Let's just straighten that slightly. And then you can then decide where you want all these bits to be tucking in and out of. So if I pop that one in there, let's straighten that one here. So you get the idea, the way that it layers up. And then this one that I had done before, where I've stuck it down with the glue gel, you can see how well that comes together. Look at that, I just love that one. Love that. Really, really striking colour combination, being the pink and the greens that you can see there. And that was, I wanted to say, because I've done it last night, pink tulip, quick dry pink tulip on that one there.
Really gorgeous, great. Absolutely love that. I'm just going to take you back through what you'll get. I'm just going to show you the packaging. I've taken you through the boards already. So what you're going to receive here, Craig, is you're going to get the peony, which gives you that really lovely, full, lush flower that you can see just on there. And then I only say that because I know Craig hates that word. It really gets to him. Lush, lush, lush. You've also got in here as well the climbing rose. You've got some sentiments in here. So you've got sending love, and you've also got thinking of you. Then we've got a couple of really big, bold butterfly dies in here. So you've got Mariposa and Vanessa. Then we've also got some stamps and dies too. And you've got the butterfly friendship and the butterfly love in there too, which is excellent. Let me just break that down. I know the value is amazing here, as we have spoken about. So details on your screen for the succulents. Going to go back to the main collection for you on the butterflies and blooms, which is here, $36.40 or $47.81 for platinum members. Now, if you didn't or couldn't quite stretch to the full collection, there is some smaller collections available for you, and I'm going to share those with you right now. So if you want to go for just the Quilling collection on its own, you can. Here's those 2 quilling flowers for you. Excellent value here, £14 or $17.50. That's the peony and the climbing rose. Then you've also got the stamp and dies. So you've got the butterfly love and the butterfly friendship in there, which are those 2 stamps and dies. Again, brilliant value there. And then you've also got the metal die collection. So you've got Mariposa, Vanessa, butterflies, thinking of you, and also sending love. Buy 3, get 1 free there for you. 10% off, over 10% off on the individual collections, but remember the larger collection is 40% off. So what it means is, as always, the best way to get the best value is to go for the larger collection, but there's absolutely a price point for everyone there as well. Right, what I want to take you through now is the From the Heart collection. Love these, some awesome stamps here for you, and really love the style on these. I think the font style is gorgeous, but also all the embellishing and framing elements are also they've got a very distinct Sharon Callis sort of style to them. So what you've got here is you've got friendship. You also have happiness, which is that one just there. I've also got thrum, no, that's an F, not a TH, Joe. From the heart. We've also got laughter, wonderful, and there's beautiful as well. Yeah, they're the ones that I have for you. I'm just checking there is 6 there. There are 6 there indeed, yes. So they are the ones that we have for you. A great, Craig, I'm going to have to, let's just stop the show a second. Can we just pause and cut this out later? Craig, you look very confused while I was going through those boards. Are you okay?
I didn't know we had these on the show.
Did you not?
No. I'm totally shocked. I did not know we had these on the show.
They are here, they are on the show, and they're available, and they're at the best price yet for you too, which is incredible. So within here, you can grab these. Again, you're looking at just over a half price deal for Club Inspired Platinum members, $24.92 in the UK, $31.04 in the US. Craig, Deborah Baumfuth would like to know if you're going to be demonstrating the Jade succulent quilling die in this show. This is the only one she's kind of struggled to get her head around.
Okay, doke. I'll double check. Either way, yes, either way we will do it. Even if it's not in the demo, we will incorporate it before the end of the show for sure.
Brilliant, okay. He's always very accommodating, isn't he, our Craig? What we've got here for you are some awesome frames. So I'm just going to take you through these. These are like the most fancy nesting dies you've ever seen. And yes, they are a frame. Absolutely, you should think of them like that. But they are no harder to use or more difficult to use than your nesting dies. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I don't know why I'm thanking someone, because I came to it myself. I'm thanking myself. There we are. You've got the torn lace frame in here. This one here is your Irish lace frame. So much incredible detail in all of these layers. These are going to be great for scrapbooking as well as card making, even creating tags and concept cards and card bases using these. You've then got the bobbin lace frame. Love that one. And you've then got the Venetian lace. You know what this reminds me of? Like a really vintage antique handheld mirror, you know, like the top part of one of those. Loads and loads of detail again in there. Can't believe the value on these. It is a half price deal for you, which is sensational. These were not launched all that long ago, which is fantastic. Platinum members, 2078 or 3038. 20 elements, and they are big dies. There's a lot of metal for your money here within these ones, and I know you're going to get lots and lots of use out of them, which is fantastic. Loads of you chatting away as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Aisha saying, I have the Butterfly and Blooms collection, it's beautiful. Mary Pat saying she loves the quilling dies also. I can see a lot of you have got very full baskets from the first half of the show, so I know you don't want to miss any of Craig's demonstrations, so let's take a moment. We'll give you a chance to check out. Whilst you do that, here's how you can watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Now, we hadn't planned to go back to these so soon, but we are going to have to go back to the Succulent Collection because it is off the chart busy, Craig. It's been a massive reaction to these in this show. They've actually been consistently. What happens is with a lot of launches, we launch them, have very, very busy launch shows, and then, you know, kind of have, you know, fairly busy shows after that. But these have been so consistent. Every time you've seen these succulents, you've absolutely loved them. And I think it is because they are so different to anything else that is out there. They are very distinctive, and they are something that are very popular sort of in the real world. Now you're able to recreate them in your craft room, which is excellent. What we've got for you is the Lila China is the first one you have just here. Really like that. It's got a really nice wide petal on that one. Then you've got the Baby Aloe, which is this one just here. So it's like a little baby aloe vera plant, which is awesome. You've got the Neon Breaker in there. Craig's wrestling name is what we've deduced from that. This is the Jade. Let me just share with you again how that works. So what you can see is that is what you're going to be able to create with that. It really is an awesome design that you've got there. This one here is your sword grass, as you can see. As we've spoken a lot in this show, using that with your succulents, but also taking it into other projects too. This one just here is Merry Maiden, as you can see. So do grab that one. It's got lots and lots of dimension on the Merry Maiden one there. Now, as well as the 6 awesome quilling dies, you are going to receive 4 fantastic embossing folders too. You're also going to get 3 die sets and 1 Stampin' die set within there as well. And it's great value when you look at what you're going to be able to do and what you're going to be create for it. Let me actually just share with you some of the finished samples that we've got, because it is gorgeous. This is definitely one of those sets that the design team have loved creating with. Look at the variation in card styles that you've got. Not just card styles, home decor pieces. The tiny little pot plants that we've got in here are amazing. They're very distinctive. They're something I think you're going to have a lot of fun with. They've definitely got a summery vibe to them. I mean, they're going to be fantastic all year round for sure, but they really are just so unlike anything else that is out there, which I think is awesome. Right, still very, very busy. You guys have outdone yourself. You sent loads of pictures in for us, and I'd love to take a little look at some of those. So here is the first one for you. This is from Heidi, this one, so let's take a look at it. Loving the colourways here, Craig.
So good, isn't it? I love the variety as well as the colour variety too.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Heidi sent us in another one as well, which is this one just here. That shape is interesting. There's a lot of dimension and layers in that one.
A lot, yeah, but just look at the complete change in colour tones from the back to the front, but how well that works.
It does work so, so well. Also, Joy has this one just here. I love what Joy's done. So this is using the grass in the way that you spoke about it.
Absolutely. Not only that, and I actually seen Joy post these on social media just the other day. If you look, for instance, at the top left, Joe, see where you've got that hummingbird?
Yeah.
Look at the flowers to the left. That is actually the quilled flowers, but not been quilled.
Oh, wow.
It's as if they're coming out the ground.
She's a clever stick, isn't she,
is, isn't
Joy?
she?
She really, really is. June sent this one in, very similar to what you did here by embossing partially the prop.
Look how elegant. That just says elegance all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And talking of elegance, look at this from Joy as well. An eleganza extravaganza, this one, Craig.
It is, eh? Look at that. Look at the is that a bit of red in there as well? You can see red and the gold.
Loads of layers. The lovely Anne from Connecticut has sent this one in.
Oh, look
Beautiful.
at that. Just a nice little selection there. And then that's our swash stamps as well, just underneath, isn't it?
Yeah,
really well
I can't quite see
together.
it on the background there, but it looks really textural. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sending those in. If you'd like to send any more pictures into us, we'd love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. I don't know what's happened to my hair. It's gone a bit wild. We are going to go back to that amazing Sensational Succulents collection. Do you agree with me, Craig, that there is really nothing else like this out there? I mean, when I saw it, it looks so unique, doesn't it?
Yeah, the first things that I seen when it came to this collection was actually some of the samples that Joe was showing you. You know, you would actually think that you've been into a store, a home store, and bought some of them, you know, and then you can be creating that yourself at home. So what we can do is let's now have a look at the Lily China. So I've got my die and I've taken one of the strips of cardstock that you might want to also pop into your basket. And the good thing with these as well, the way that Sharon's designed the colour tones on the strips is, you know, if you want to put it central into the middle, where you're going to get the green down the centre, and then kind of like your burgundy, Bordeaux on the left and right, you can do. But you might want to then have it more to the left, you might want to have it more to the right, so you can have a play in the way that the angles and the shades of the colours are coming in. So let's do that, let's put it at a slight bit of an angle. So what we're going to do is run that one through. So we're also going to incorporate the baby aloe vera, which we've done in the very first one. So we're going to incorporate that one. Same with the swordgrass as well. But because we've not quilled this one, hence why we're showing you this one here. So what we can do is we can take this one away. And then what I'm going to do is this one also has your little embossed lines. So all that I'm doing is I'm just pulling them forward, manipulating them with my finger. You can still come along and add extra colour onto this cardstock if you want. I like it kind of naturally the way that it is designed. So that's me manipulated that side. So then what I'm going to do is flip it over, and then I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. And then what we can do is once we get to the bottom, fold it in half, and then we're going to start to quill it.
How fabulous. And I love that this is, they look amazing, Craig, but really, would you say any level of crafter could have a go at putting these together?
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's no additional cutting, any additional die cutting, in other words, you know, you're not having to do it a few times to layer up together, one pass through, and it's going to work beautifully. The thing is as well, they will still also go through your mini and also your go. What you'll just need to do, it will die cut so far, then what you need to do is take it out, pop it round the other way, and then put the rest of the die through. So it will still work in that way.
That's always good to know.
So it is good to know if you've maybe just got a smaller machine. So we've now got our lily china on this one here. So let's bring in our quilling tool once again. So starting in from the smallest end here. Now I'm going to go in, and then what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to go in on itself, so that as it starts to come, we can then start to pull the petals out, so they're going to form that way. So I'll just explain that once again. So the way that I want it to go, so I want the petals to be forming outwards, so therefore I'm going to quill inwards. And then we can bring in our tacky glue. So I'm going to do a few little either dots, a few little lines.
Guess it's imperative that you've got those fine tip applicators or something with a really fine aperture for this, Craig.
Yeah, you do want something with that real fine applicating tip, or something that you're enabling yourself to do that. It is going to make the world of difference to you. So pop them in. They're ones that we do sell out of quite a lot, so if you've not tried them before, have a look on the website. If they're in stock.
There was a collection yesterday with 2 tape pens, the fine tip applicators, and I think the tacky or the all-purpose glue was a really nice little collection. It was actually in our craft along show yesterday, so do pop back there and have a look at that.
Wow, yeah, definitely then go back and have a look. If you get to the end of it slightly unquills, don't worry, it's only paper, so go back as far as you need to, and then just start to quill it round again till you've got it where you need it to be, and then form it over, and then we're just going to pinch onto the other side. So I'm going to hold that just for a few seconds or two. So I've got one here, but we will start to shape this one out a little bit more as it's grabbed. So once it has grabbed, what we can just do is gently manipulate the tool out, make sure it's nice and firm. And then what we can start to do is pull out the petals side by side, layering up. Don't be scared to move them and pull them, manipulate them and bend them. Really sturdy enough. So we can keep going and even keep going more to a point. So if you want to really be extra tough with them, you can do.
Elizabeth's got a great question. She said, if you use a solid green cardstock, what ink colour would you use to accent the tips of these, Craig?
Well, it depends on what one you're using.
You know, the one here, for instance.
Yeah. If you were wanting to do this effect with the lily china, I would use your Bordeaux.
Okay.
If you use your Bordeaux one. But it completely depends on, obviously, the actual succulent flower or element that you're using.
I'd imagine the textured cardstocks would look quite nice with these. You know, the lovely green that we have in those pads would work well because it give it kind of a leaf-like feel, wouldn't it?
They do, they really do. They give you that extra touchy-feely to them, that more natural feel to them as well. So if you've not even tried our texture cardstock, it's worthwhile having a look at that. They're always on the website as well. The key thing to get the best result is use something that's double-sided. Whether it's double-sided pattern, whether it's double-sided papers, if it's double-sided, it means that no matter which way you look at it, you are going to get either that colour or you're going to get that design. So that one being the Lily China. So, as I said, just at the start there, I've already done the baby aloe vera. So following that one, and then done a couple of the grasses. We've done them as well before. Let's even just shape that a little bit more. And then I've also done, in the same way as well, the Merry Maiden on this one here. And then what I'll quickly do as well, Joe, I've got a piece of cardstock. So let's run this one through our succulent frame embossing folder.
How fabulous. Lots of love for these. Lisa Banuelos says, my succulent collection arrived yesterday. I'm thrilled with all the items and see many possibilities, especially living in the high desert of California. These plants are just the right touch for my desert friends card. Sounds brilliant.
That does, yeah.
And then that's really telling, actually, isn't it? Because Lisa lives in the desert and she thinks they're brilliant.
Exactly.
So she's no doubt surrounded by lots of these lovely types of plants. So for her to say they're awesome, I think it is a real seal of approval.
It is. If that was a recommendation, if ever you needed one, then that is it for sure. So I've run that one through, and then I've got a piece of my blending tool with the foam. Let's go in with the green one. And this is green topaz water reactive that I've gone for here. And I'm going to start to coat the embossing that we've got here. I want to get a good coverage. And it's very similar to the first demo that we've done, Joe. I'm not overly concerned if I don't get the middle, because we're actually going to be covering that just in a minute with all the flowers that we've done.
Awesome. So loving the detail in that embossing folder there, Craig.
There's so much detail, and so much of it, what it does is it matches within the foliage parts that come within this collection. All draws in beautifully together.
Are there certain sets of ink, certain colours of ink pads that you find yourself going back to with this collection, Craig?
With this one, your Bordeaux, your green topaz, your grasshopper, either your sail brown or friar brown tend to go to quite a lot as well. So it is a lot of your deeper tones. And actually plum jam as well is one when it comes to Sharon's collection that I use quite a lot. So yeah, you will find that there's certain colours that you like to go to when it comes to set designs.
Awesome.
So then what I'm going to do now, just before I assemble this, what I've done is I've taken a piece of white smooth stamping card, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I've scored in at 1 inch and scored in at 1 inch. I've got another piece of white smooth stamping card, 6 by 8 1/4. What that's going to do is that's going to create a base, and that's going to create a dome. I'll pop this underneath, and then what I'll start to do is layer all of these in the centre of this one.
How awesome.
As easy as that, but really, really effective.
Yeah, they are. And I think what's great about these is, remember, this is the third show that you've got featuring these. You've got that launch day that was with the lovely Jan. If you want to go back, if you're ordering these now and you want to go back and watch those other shows back, I'm going to let you know when they were. So launch day, 27th of March with Jan, was when we launched these. 2 hours of demonstrations on them from the lovely Jan. Then there was a craft class on the 11th of April. That's another 2 hours. And craft class is great, especially if you are someone that's newer to crafting. Maybe you don't understand a lot of the terminology, you prefer it maybe a little bit more back to basics. Then this will absolutely give you the craft class. And then you've got this masterclass. So masterclass is featuring more in-depth, maybe slightly more advanced demonstrations. So really we've got all bases covered with this 6 hours of education and inspiration that you know you're going to be able to access immediately for free as soon as you get these home, which is brilliant. So make sure you take advantage of that if you are placing your order, or you've already got the collection, you've already placed your order. Make sure you go back and give those a watch.
Always the best place to go, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Always. And it's free. Free. All free.
For free. Favourite price for anything, Craig. Not much is for free, you know.
No.
In life. Very little.
I do like buy one, get one free. But again, that's got free in the title.
Buy one, get two free.
Oh, I do prefer that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know what does... you go to the supermarket sometimes and it's like, get two for £4. And then you look and they're like £1.90 each.
Exactly.
It gets me all the time.
I know.
Something to have a good old look. We try and be much more transparent than that with our deals here.
We do.
At Crafters TV. And we'll always let you know what the best deal is when it comes to our larger collections.
We do. You know, you're spot on with that one.
Because sometimes when you save 5p and spending an extra like £2-3 doesn't make any difference, any sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense at all. But that's something that we will never do.
Absolutely not. You get to the till and you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
oh
it's
no,
like,
oh no.
It's like, is that it? Is that it?
The other one that is out there at the moment is you have to have like a loyalty card in order to get a certain price.
Oh yeah.
That one's annoying, isn't it?
That is annoying.
Yeah, it's one big supermarket that does it. But it does work because I have had to get it now because I want to save £3 on Mum's vodka. So.
Oh gosh.
Oh, anyway, enough about me moaning. Honestly,
you're not moaning. You're
what's
just saying
wrong
what we
with
say.
you, Joe?
It's the real world, my man. So here we go. Let's layer these ones up into here, and then let's bring in our grass as well. So let's tuck. Do a lot of tucking in here with the grass. Let's go into here as well. So let's tuck that all the way in. We want to make sure we get a nice bit of tuckage going in. I've got satin bow that I've already pre-tied, and then I'm going to go into here. So position it where I need it to go. And then this is why anything embellishment wise I always use the Colal glue gel.
That bow's nice. Where did you buy that, Craig?
The bow, I tied that myself. The bow's nice. Where did I?
I'm just winding you up. Because you always say, people say that you don't tie your bows
Oh,
yourself.
God, yeah, I see
It was
what
a
you
joke.
mean. Yes.
It's not funny when I have to explain them, Craig.
No, it's not. No, it was funny. It's just me being, you know, didn't get it. And then let's
go. I'm in a very
go.
playful mood today. I'm sorry. I can
No,
only
don't
apologise at
apologise. Don't ever apologise, Joe. Love you the way that you are.
home. No.
Don't ever change.
This is nice because this actually is a bit autumnal, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very autumnal with this one. Now bringing in one of my own stamp sets to finish it off. And then there we go. Let's move these bits out of the way. And then we've got that focal point, as if we're looking into something. We've got that all tucking down into the side. So if I bring it into here.
Did you say where that paper was from there, Craig?
This one here, watercolour.
Oh, awesome.
What do you call it again? Contemporary watercolour.
Awesome. Seems to be everyone's go-to one
Yeah.
at the moment, doesn't it, that one? Let me quickly just run you back through the designs, the quilling die designs that you've got in here. They're very robust, aren't they, when they're done as well, Craig? Maybe that's to do with the 2 layers helps with that. So you've got the Lilla China in there. You've also got the Baby Aloe. It's quite prickly, that one.
Baby Aloe.
You've also then got Neon Breaker. Love that. That name is amazing, isn't it?
So good.
You are getting the Jade. If Craig makes a Jade, I'm going to steal it off him, stick it back on this board. This is what the Jade will make for you, which is this one just here, which is awesome. Oh, I've dropped my Jade. Hang on. And then you've also got in here too, this one just here, which is your sword grass, as you can see. And then you have got this one here, which is your Merry Maiden there, as you can see. Really awesome, that one. Again, really lovely, full and lush, the designs that you've got in here. Let me just share with you some of the awesome things that you can create with these, because as I said earlier, we have so many amazing finished samples here from the design team, which is fantastic. And you can see whether you're using them for plant pots, or you're using them for terrariums or card projects. Maybe even like boxed scrapbook pages would look great for these as well. You know, like a dimensional box frame or something like that. There's so many things that you can do, whether it's home decor, keepsake, whatever it is, then you're going to love these. I think not only are you going to love the finished effect, You know, there's some things you craft, Craig, isn't there, whereby it looks amazing and you're crafting for the finished products, but you don't actually enjoy putting them together. I think these are the opposite of that. I think this is something you're going to really love, you know, methodically putting together.
Absolutely.
He
yeah,
agrees.
you do. Completely agree. It's that. Sorry. It's like the third time today.
Oh, do you want to get some water?
What was a way to say, bear with me when I say this, it's got a feel of cross-stitching in the fact of when you see it starting to come to life. You know, you're starting to do bit by bit. You do the die cut and you start to quill, you start to see that flower coming to life. So it's got that look. Maybe also a feel of maybe you're painting by numbers, that sort of effect. Seeing it come to life and it gives you that pride, doesn't it, as you start to see it.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I think you're going to love putting these together. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets whilst you do that. If you are new to us, hello, any new viewers. We've got to get so many new people joining us all the time. If you are new to us, you might not be familiar with all the fabulous things that come with Club Inspire. Here's Sarah to take you through the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
All the fabulous details there of Club Inspire, getting you those extra juicy discounts, which is awesome. A couple of things that are proving very busy in the show, the stamping card being one of them actually. Now this is called White Stamping Card. Craig, this could be called White Anything Card really, couldn't it? Because it's super versatile. What sort of things can we do with this?
Well, a lot of us, including myself, we use them for our card blank, so whether you're just folding them in half, creating obviously, well, any size basically, you could be starting to use it, but you can also emboss with it, you know, you can ink onto it, it's stamping, so the main focal point is stamping and then maybe layering up with your colours. Really is lots of different ways, including, you know, foiling onto it as well. It is your go-to white cardstock. Yeah,
it's amazing. 60 sheets in here, any four for £30. Or $42. So if you wanted to get 4, you get what, 240 sheets for £30, $42. That is awesome value for money. It really, really is. Something else I've got on the show that is proving very busy are the sparkle pens. Now, this was a deal that we had last Friday for you during Colour Me Happy's first anniversary show, and we brought it back. Now, I'll just quickly show you what you're getting here first. Now, you're going to get the clear overlay. These are fantastic because these allow you to make anything else sparkly, which is brilliant. You just have you basically have the sparkly part of the pen without the other colour pigments in there. Then what you're going to get are 2 of the 6 packs. You're going to get Mushroom Lilac, Garden Green, Watermelon, Lichen and Sunshine. And you're getting Smoke Quartz, Olive Jade, Harvest Moon, Starry Sky, Holly Leaf and Red Berry. You're basically getting one of the 6 packs for free, worth $24.99, which is brilliant. So definitely take advantage of that. What I also want to share with you are the vintage frames. These are incredible value. We and Craig were just discussing there actually, under that last piece of video you watched, how brilliant the value for money is with all of these Sharon Callis collections. But this one is a half price deal, so you buy 2, you get 2 free, which I think is awesome. You've got your torn lace frame. There is so much intricate detail within each one of these frames. You've then got as well this one here, which is your Irish lace frame. You've got the bobbin lace frame, and finally your Venetian lace frame in here as well. All four of those for that excellent price that you can see right there on your screen. If you are a Club Inspire Platinum member, then you're looking at $20.78 or $30.38, which is brilliant. Now, I think, Craig, you're going to treat us to a demonstration on these, aren't you?
I am indeed. Well, that's my plan anyway. We're going to use the Turkin lace frame for this one here. So many different ways in which you can use them because you've got a multitude of different layers. So let's go in straight away and let's start to create even just our base layer of our card blank, in which I have used our white stamping card. So make sure I've got all these bits. Whoever's used them last didn't pop the bits out. So let's just take these out. So I'm just using my tool. Let's go. Quicker way of doing it.
Did you want to blame someone for this, or we?
Who can we blame?
Sarah's a good one to blame because she never gets in trouble.
That's true.
That's what I always think. And if it's Sarah that's here, it's usually you, Craig. I'm sorry.
Well, I know, yeah, but it can't be me because I'm here and not used them. I have used them, but not in here for quite some time. Definitely not me. So there we go.
Wendy Yates saying, I just ordered these succulents. Excited to get them. I'm excited for you, Wendy. Let us know how you get on once you receive them.
And it'll be good to see. Good to see whether, you know, maybe you start to follow maybe anything that you've seen on any of the shows, or you come up with your own ideas. It's always exciting to know what you're getting and what you're going to make. So we're talking about making. Let's make our base layer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this larger one, which just goes on your Gemini Junior and no more. So we can trim that bit off. So what I can do is set that one into place here and bring it in my plates. And these are just our standard wafer thin dies, so no different when it comes to plate combination. So what I would do is this same layer I would do 3 times. So I've already got another 2 and I've got my third one here. And we're going to create an easel card with this one.
Lovely.
So I've done this one, and then what I've got, let's move that there for now, that there, and that there. So I've got 1, I've got 2, and then I've got a third one here. Now within this third one, Joe, I've already got it scored, but I'll do it again so that you can see. I'm going to go in with my score master. And then all that you need to do is roughly halfway. It doesn't need to be exact, but we're going to score in half. And if anything, actually, you've got a halfway point, so it makes it easier for you. And then again, down at the side, so, you know, maybe roughly about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. What we're going to do is we're going to go in and score and create our own little hinge. So we can put that to the side. And then I'm going to fold this one in half. And then I'm going to fold this hinge back on itself. And then I can come in with my tape runner and I'm popping adhesive onto this last hinge here. Let's bring in our other layer. I'm going to mat that straight over the top and press. And then on this part here, I'm going to pop more adhesive. We're going to come in with our third layer and pop that straight over the top, and they're all symmetrical, so we can press. And then as we lift that one up, that creates our base foundation.
Brilliant. That was so simple, wasn't it?
So simple, and you've got that versatility when it comes to the outline of the dies. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting with a few other layers, Joe, bringing in our sunflower tones. So if I come in with the decoration die, this one here, now this one also has an outside cutting edge, so I don't need this one.
Okey-doke.
I'm going to use this on its own and it's going to completely die cut it out. And then what I'll do is use another piece of white smooth stamping card. I'm going to bring in one of these inner layers and we'll also cut that one out as well.
Awesome. Love that. I'd love, if you've got this collection, I would love to see some pictures. You can, of course, send them to me as always, studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. www.quilling.co.uk. Getting excited now, Craig, as well about the latest show that we have. It's going to be a good one, isn't it?
It's going to be a really, really good one. Really good one. And so then coming up later on, we do have some double-sided papers, some brand new double-sided papers. Nice way to incorporate them when it comes to the quilling flowers, because they are floral themed. So it's going to work really, really nicely as well. Lot of excitement throughout the day. As many have saying you've already been on the website and purchased a few things from seeing the live that I done last night, giving you a little bit of oh, is that a little bit of a heads up, is it,
yeah,
Georgina?
the rose quartz and the teddy bear collection. Bit worried about those before that late hunky-dory cartload. And the gift bag dies too. Very, very popular. Lots of people have been shopping ahead for... Well, I hope we've got stuff left, Craig.
I know, yeah. See, that's the only thing that I do get concerned about when it comes to doing the previews, like little previews beforehand. However, in saying that, what we start to do, because you guys, you absolutely love your bargain, so you'll always jump on as soon as you can. Most of the products now don't launch until the actual day on the website.
Right.
Well, I say launch, they don't get loaded. Otherwise, what would happen is I would do the preview the night before, and a lot of you would then go and buy it because
it'd be gone.
It'd be gone. And then also, just to say on something that we were saying earlier on, in between the shows, I did speak to Emily through in the office, who deals with Hunky Dory as well as I do, and she has promised she's going to speak to them about getting more foiled acetate on future shows.
Can you ask her for some dots to diamonds as well?
Dots to diamonds, you want them, do you?
I like those, yeah.
Do you like them?
I think they're really effective.
Yeah, it would be. It would be really, really good. Nice way to use your gems or pearls, isn't it? Really good. But here we go. Let's just take a couple of these little bits out. I've kind of got the same slight issue that we had with the embossing. So let's take these bits out. What I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm going to slot that back into place. And then once I'm happy with where it is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through once more. Let's even just put in our metal shim for this one. So if I'm happy enough with that, let's pop it in and let's rerun it through. That'll die cut all the little bits that are just being a little bit stubborn. So here we go. We've got the rose quartz, that's got some papers. It's also got some inserts as well that would work with your quilling. So keep an eye on that when you're having a look.
Pads looking very low stock now as well. We're going to have a lot of sellouts in that cartload show. It is definitely cartload, one of my favourite shows of the week actually. So very, very much looking forward to that. Lovely when we feature specific brands as well. Lots of you shopping ahead. Lots of you watched Craig's marathon cartload marathon preview last night as well, I should say.
Yeah, it was a bit of a marathon. I stopped saying that I'm going to come on for an hour or so because it just doesn't work that way.
Because it's never the case, is it?
No, it's never the case. Time just flies out. We get chatting, we get crafting, we get having a laugh, and then before you know it, 3 hours has passed and it's like, right, I better go to bed now. At least, the good thing as well is because I don't have wake-up calls so early in the morning, it's not as bad. So I still get my sleep. But what I've done is I've die cut a second one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pop it in here, but you will see if I come and pop it into this base layer, see how we just need to trim it along the top here. So what can we do? Let's use the one that I've not got adhesive on yet. So I'm going to fold this back on itself. I can get a bit of an idea as to where I need to cut. So what you can do if you've got pencil or a pen or something like that, I'm going to put just a little line here, a little line there, given me as a guide, and then I'm going to come in with my guillotine. We're going to trim that excess top part off. Could use your scissors, but if you want it to be perfectly straight and in line, it's just as quick getting your guillotine.
Or your guillotine if you're in the States.
Guillotine.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying gear something.
Gear something?
Yeah. You know, gears your pocket money.
Sounds quite, that sounds quite,
Glaswegian.
yeah, very Glaswegian.
Yeah. Gears your dinner money, you. Gears your cup of tea. Gears your beer. Anyway, I could carry on just saying that. Yeah, there we go. Here's your Coca-Cola. Any other branded Coca-Cola as well. Anyway, don't know where that's come from.
Give us your Pepsi. Give us your Pepsi Cola.
Oh no, I'm not a fan of Pepsi.
Give us your Virgin Cola.
No.
Give us your Roller Cola.
Roller Cola.
Roller Cola.
Garlic bread. Garlic bread. Cheesecake. Well, what I've also done
It's from
is
a Peter Kay
Peter
sketch
Kay.
is what he's talking about.
Good comedian.
He's a very, very funny comedian in the UK.
Very, very. I'd love to see him live.
Also, Debbie Robinson's Celebrity Crush, just putting it out there.
Is it? Ah, they'd be a good husband and wife together.
Sorry?
They'd be a
Them
good
two?
husband and wife.
I think he's got one, but if he needs another
He
one.
has, yeah. He has. You know.
Where's this sentiment from? It's gorgeous.
It's from our big sentiment sets. So we had them, you know, where they slot into your ring binders. So it's from them. So let's bring this one out. And what I've done is I used quick dry. I used the orange as well as lemon tonic. So pop that one out using that outline dye. So what we can do is let's bring in a few pads, layer it up. I would pop more if I have time, but this is going to go into the middle, and it's showing how you've got a multitude of different layers within this one frame set, this one being the Torkin lace frame. You don't need to use them all, and equally you can use them all and use the outline one to do your concepts of your card blanks. Pop that into there, and then what I've also done as well, taken one of my Gemini mini elements where we had the rainbow in it, and I've die cut the rainbow, and I've popped my pad strips onto the back. This is from our A4 sheets, and then I'm going to pop that here as the stopper, Joe, and that's all that I'm going to do.
Ah, what a
Into
cute
here.
card.
Look at that, nice little cute card, isn't it? Cheerful smiles, a hug or two, happy thoughts are wished for you.
Nice. Really nice. Love that, Craig. And just one thing of so many things that you're going to be able to do with this collection. The value is off the chart with these. So what you're getting in here is you're buying two and you're getting the other two for free. So you've got the Torkin lace frame. I called this the torn lace frame earlier. I don't know why I've been calling it that. You've also got in here the Irish lace frame. I love the shape of this one. It's very unusual. This one here is your bobbin lace frame. And you've got the Venetian lace frame in there as well. Really beautiful, lovely collection there. $25.98 or $37.98. I mean, I think even to get standard nesting dies for that sort of price, you'd be pushing it at that kind of value. So to get these frames is brilliant, brilliant value for money. Now, we're going to go back to the awesome succulents that we've got on the show for you. These really have been the star of the show, and they have been, I think, from all of the Sharon Callis collection since we launched Sharon Callis here on Crafters TV. You guys absolutely adore these. So what you've got in here is you've got the Lila China. You've also got the Baby Aloe, which is this one just here. We have the Neon Breaker. Love this. Then you've got your Sword Grass, as well as your Merry Maiden. Merry Maiden makes me think of like Robin Hood for some reason. Anyone else? And you've got the Jade. Now the Jade, I've lost my Jade off of there, but what you've got here is you've got that awesome design there, as you can see. I've got my handle caught. There we are. Absolutely beautiful. Now, as well as getting the 6 quilling dies in this collection, what you're also going to receive is loads of other bits as well. You are, in fact, getting 4 embossing folders, 3 die sets, and a stamp and die set too. Now, that's what you get included. The value's awesome. Platinum members, 6160 or 8480, which is brilliant. What I really want you to pop into your basket as well is one of these paper pads. There's 30 sheets in each of these, and they are all colour matched and done for you. I think you're going to absolutely love popping your own colour combinations together with these. But what I think is brilliant about these is just maybe to get you started. It's great to have it all done and taken care of. A lot of you multi-ordering on these as well. $5.99 or $7.95 each on those. The busiest point of the show actually at the moment too. Loads of you still chatting away, which is awesome, and lots of you ordering too. I know that those of you that have received these have absolutely loved them thus far. Craig, do you think we've got time to do this demo and then demo of the show, or do you think we need to do demo of the show first? What do you think, Craig?
Probably demo the show just now.
Yeah, okay, should we do that now?
Yeah, we
Brilliant.
could do that. Because what we'll do is we can include this, because we did pick up on this earlier on in
Okay,
Wake
awesome.
Up Call. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fully do this now. So you could be including that. So what we'll actually go with is number 1, because technically we showed it in Wake Up Call.
Numero uno.
Okie doke. And then number 2.
Numero dos.
There you go. Got that one. And then we've got our, this one here. Oh, butterfly. Oh, no, I did do butterfly bloom, didn't I? Done a butterfly bloom. What did I do with that? Oh, there we go.
Number 3, numero tres. I can't go any higher in Spanish, so we'll have to
Can
stop
you
in
not?
Spanish there, yeah.
And then we've done that one.
Numero cuatro.
And then what?
Was there another one somewhere?
There was. Oh, here it is. I put it back in my bag. So let's go in with the butterfly and blooms. Are we putting this at the end, or?
Well, pop it in front. Number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Okay.
What's your favourite, Craig?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I think possibly the one that we're ready to do.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys get voting in the comments. You've got, what, 5 minutes or so to get your votes in, and then we'll put one of these cards forward to Demo of the Day, and it will face off against the card of the show from that Hunky Dory Cartload, which will be 7 p.m. this evening here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So make sure you get those in as well. You're going to have a lot of entries this week, Craig, aren't you? Because it's
I am.
All day today and all day tomorrow.
It is indeed.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How many wins do you want at the moment? So a little look over there. 2 wins at the moment. Debbie with a Y, Debbie Robinson, and Bernie tied for first place. Oh no, not Bernie, sorry.
No.
Debbie Robinson's out in the lead, isn't
Yes,
she?
she is.
On her own, on 3 wins. She's very happy about that.
Yeah.
Because she highlighted several times that she had a period of 3 weeks where she wasn't here in that time too.
Excuses.
She's very smug. She's loving it.
Excuses. Right, let's go back into this one here. So what I've done beforehand, onto some watercolour card, we've taken the parakeet and also the lemon tonic water reactive, and what I've done is I done it onto the glass mat. I added a little bit of water, Joe, and then went over the back, and then what I've done is spritz with our spritzing tool and dried it off. So we've got this backdrop effect. So what I'm then going to go and do is bring in our embossing folder of our terrarium that we can see here. Oh, I need the actual folder. And then we're going to run it through. So let's pop it in so that we've got the raised detail on this side here, so it's going to push upwards. So let's sandwich that into the middle. And then I'm going to bring in my folder. I'm going to bring in my metal shim and my top plate. We're going to run that one through. And I've also brought in some of our jet black water reactive ink pad. You could use Noir Black if you want. You can maybe use even a Midnight if you want, or one of the deep greys. So I can then come in here. So if I go round the edges, I actually need my parakeet as well. Going in with the parakeet on this one. So go in with the parakeet over the centred part. I'm going to dab a little bit of the excess off it on my glass mat, because I really only want as much as that colour to go onto the raised area. And it's going to pick it up into that raised area. So let's go in. And then what we can do is, once we've gone around this area with the parakeet, we're going to go around the outer area with the black, the jet black.
Awesome. And the 2 colours that are on there already were?
Parakeet and lemon tonic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Parakeet and lemon tonic for the other 2. So let's go in with the jet black. And then I'm inking it first, and then I'm going to come around and trim this outside edge, because we're just giving it that dark edge all the way round. And you've got all of this dotty effect as well as this frame. Simply
It's odd, isn't it, the black water reactives, because they're a lot more subtle than you would think they would be when you add them in. I mean, if you wanted to get a true black, I guess you'd have to really kind of build them up, these water reactives, whereas the pigment ink pads in the blacks, I mean, they are full coverage, aren't they?
They really, really are, Joe. If anything, going on what you've just said there, your blacks within the water reactive, to me, they're more of a grey.
Yeah.
But as you say, to really get the blackness out of them, you really do want to layer them up. They are a bit more of a grey. So what I can do then is let's bring in our guillotine, and I'm going to follow the outside emboss edge, and we're going to trim that one off. And I am trimming it right up against that embossed edge. Still want to see the emboss, but we want to cut right up to the edge of it. And then once we've got it completely layered up, I'm going to take a little slither. That's given us that image here. So even on its own with maybe a sentiment strap along the top would work well. There's no reason why you couldn't leave it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to still pop it onto a piece of black. So let's layer this one up. And then we're going to come in and we're going to do the swordgrass. And we're also going to be using the jade.
Awesome.
Not the jade, it's the... Oh, talking about jade. Oh, gosh, yeah, jade. Now, did Debbie pick up on these over the weekend?
Oh, yes. Actually, that's a good point, because you haven't managed to get through your demos,
No,
have you,
I've
Craig?
not,
Someone was
no.
asking about the Jade, having the demo on the Jade. We're not going to have time to do it. What I would say is go back to the craft class, which was the 11th with Debbie Fisher. That was on Sunday. And she demonstrates how to put the Jade together with the succulents 1 hour and 9 minutes in. So go back and check that if you want to see the Jade one demonstrated. We just didn't get the time today, did we, Craig?
Oh, I know.
And Debbie Fisher also goes through each one of those quilled succulents individually for you. So a great one to go and watch back if you want to see how that Jade was put together.
It's just scary how time flies within these shows, isn't it?
Well, they say, Craig, time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun.
Does
Absolutely,
indeed.
they do,
Today
don't they?
is flying by. I can't believe the time already.
I can't believe it either. 1 minute, I'm just going to my bed after the live. The next minute, before you know it, I'll be going back to my bed. It's gone that quick.
Well, you can't go back to bed yet, 'cause you've got another show to do.
No, after that one. Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
Just mean it'll come around quick. That'll be another quick, fast-paced show, that's for sure.
Oh, I love Cartload. It is fast and furious, and it's brilliant because it's when you get all the best deals, really. Some of the best deals of the week, of course, there for you in that show.
It is. It is, and we've got a corker of a one for you later.
Oh, I love the grass done there on the that card from the pad, Craig.
Yeah. So although
Really
the pad's good for your flowers and that, why not use it for the grass? No reason why you can't. So we're going to go in now with our lily china, and let's go in with this strip here. So we can then pop this one in, layer it up. I've got a couple already formed. So I need 3 of the lily china and 2 of the grass. So a couple of them I've already got formed. So let's do one of them here. So let's take this one out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape these ones. Now with all of these, what I've been doing is shaping them with my fingers. If you want to come along with your ball tool and start to add a little bit of roundness to them, then you can do. You don't have to just shape them by doing them this way. You've got all of these different options. Or you don't even need to shape them if you don't want to. So what we can do is then fold them in. So let's pop all of these bits, fold it in here. So then what I'm doing is going in with our quilling tool, and then we're going to just start to quill it. So I actually need to go the other way. So I'm going to start to roll this one over, and then once I've got it just over the edge of my quilling tool, let's go in with our tacky glue. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a line, and then we're going to start to roll it. Keep rolling and rolling and keep rolling, as Limp Bizkit would say.
I was thinking roll, roll, roll you. That's row, isn't it? Row, not roll.
And we're all thinking keep rolling, rolling.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on. That one.
That one. So roll it over into here. The Undertaker used that as an entrance song for a couple
Or
of
there's
years.
the other one, you see me rolling, hating, patrolling. No one wants to hear me sing. Let's
I
just
can
leave
just
it there.
picture you driving the motorway, window down.
Window down, one
in
arm on the
window,
steering wheel,
and
one
you're-
arm
Yeah.
out, yeah. Shades on. My bass bin turned up to full volume.
Yep. But you've got, I've not bet you, I know you've not. I can imagine you were one of those cars, you know the American cars, you know where the front
big
tyres
subwoofer.
and that
Oh, yeah.
start bumping up and down. Not
Like a bit of a
monster
boy
truck.
racer.
A monster truck. I'd love a monster truck.
Would you?
I would, yeah. I'd love a Jeep. If anyone works for Jeep,
Yeah.
I don't mind. I would drive around with a logo on the side.
I saw a Mazda the other day, which was a electric SUV, Craig, and it looked awesome.
I
Quite
know-
like the idea of an electric car.
I know very little about cars. Very
When I was in
little.
Sweden, I went in a Tesla, like the sporty one, and oh my word, Craig, they are so fast. It was an Uber that picks us up, yeah. And the thing is, like in a normal car, you like first gear, and then it slows down as you change gear and it goes again. Electric cars don't have that, so they keep one steady pace as they go from like 0 all the way to 80. So it's really weird feeling. It's like being on a roller coaster or something. Like there's no lag between gears. They just go in one continuous motion.
Really?
It's very, very strange, yeah.
It must be, yeah, that must be really weird. Yeah, really weird indeed. Yeah, because it's like your, kind of like your, not your energy saving, but your environmentally friendly buses and that you get now. You know where it feels like they're going to a dead stop?
Yeah, it's
when in
strange,
actual,
isn't it?
you know, they're not.
I just, the only problem is I live slightly too far away from home, from work, to make an electric car work, which is a little bit frustrating.
Oh, really? Do they only go so far before needing charge?
They do, yeah, and they would get me here, but it wouldn't get me here and home on one charge, so I think that'd be a bit tricky.
And there's nowhere around here to charge, is there?
Not really.
You know, you can't just plug in your phone charger, can you?
No, you
charge
can't just pop a power bank on it outside, no.
No. One day.
One day, I don't think it'll be, I don't think it'll be long, there'll be many more charging points about.
Of course, oh
But
yeah.
I do really, really like the idea of having one.
It would be good. It would be good, I suppose. Right, so let's bring in our glue gel. So where is the remaining glue gel? Here we go. So we can start to assemble these. As I was assembling that one, I'm not sure if you noticed, I've pulled one of the petals off by mistake.
Does that matter?
Well, no, because what I'm going to do is I'm still going to attach it. You know, so don't worry if you do pull them off by accident. You can still come along, reattach it. So what I can do is pop it in here.
I could definitely see you using this terrarium embossing folder away from these quilled flowers.
Oh
as well,
yeah,
Craig.
yeah, absolutely. There's lots of different ways. Even if you get a 5x7 frame or something like that, and just by embossing them onto your card and then popping them into a frame, you know, there's something really quite popular about them at the moment, is the terrariums. I don't know why I can't say it properly.
Terrarium?
Terrarium.
My friend
Well, I
makes-
know why I say it like that.
My friend Mike makes terrariums. He had like a little small sort of cottage industry business going for a while. He had a little, cabinet in a local garden centre. He used to make them and sell them there.
Really?
Yeah, and he still makes them for friends. He keeps promising he's going to make me one. He's been promising since October when I moved in. I still haven't got one from him yet, so fingers crossed. I'll
Yeah.
keep nagging him, but no
But
luck
nothing.
as yet.
No. Oh well. So here we go. Let's pop a last little bit of glue gel into place here. I'm going to do a little bit here, and then I'm going to tuck this one into place. And then what am I even going to do is let's bring in the second one that I'd already done. I'm going to give it a little bit of a bounce to get that going. And then let's go in with this last little bit. And then I'm going to tuck that in over the top as well. And then there we go. So if I top that in, and then hopefully that'll stay in place before, there we go.
I love it.
Going to have to tip it that way, it's the way to fall off. So yeah, so you can see from up above, you've got that look of how well they look.
Brilliant. I'm afraid that isn't the card of the show though, Craig. You didn't get your wish today. It was number 3 was the card of the show.
Number 3.
It was your aperture one. Yeah, I'm not surprised actually by that. I thought that was a really awesome project.
Oh, nice. That one. That is a good one.
You're going to give us a look at it? There we go. Awesome, it's beautiful.
There you are.
I think we're going to have a very funny show tonight at 7, Craig. We're getting progressively more disruptive, haven't we, as the day's gone on?
I have.
Right, let me run you back through what you're getting in here. So these are the 6 quilling dies that you've got. I just love them. I think they are awesome. They are so unique. They give you something so specific. So you've got the Lila China. You've also got the Baby Aloe in here. And then you've got the Neon Breaker. This here is that awesome sword grass that you've seen. You've got the Merry Maiden just here, which I'm loving. And also, you've got that Jade here too. And that's what the Jade is making. That one just there, which is brilliant. So they are the 6 flowers that you're getting in there. Don't forget what you're also getting, though, included as well, is 4 embossing folder, 3 die sets, and a stamp and die set as well. The value is awesome. It's a lot for your money here. It's a lot of metal for your money, but also embossing folders too. £61.60 as a platinum member in the UK. That saves you £57.26 compared to buying the individuals. £84.80 as a platinum member in the UK, in the US, sorry, and that saves you pretty much $80 compared to buying all of those individuals. Loads you can do with these. We've had so many incredible projects sent into us by the design team, whether you're using them for scrapbook pages, box frames, card projects. If you want to use these for incredible little pots that you can see that have been made, they're going to be awesome. The terrariums are incredible that have been put together as well. Things like hourglasses, as you've seen, been made by the team. There's so many things that you can do. Do you know what? I think if you're someone out there that has never made a card in your life and has no intention to, I absolutely think that you can use these and have a great result with them. They are one of those things that have real mass appeal, I think. I wouldn't be surprised to see people that get into crafting because of this collection, you know, Craig. I think they are really awesome because succulents and houseplants and all of those kind of things, they are so incredibly popular. Have plants always been as popular as they are now, or is it feels like more people have plants now than ever before?
I think as well, because of everything that we've been going through, because so many people have been staying at home, they maybe even get more flowers in just to cheer up the house, cheer up the garden. That's what I think anyway.
Absolutely, I do. I see all of my friends now, lots of my friends are really into plants and flowers, and these are going to be fantastic for you to put together. Let's move on. Let's have a little look at the Butterflies and Blooms collection. There's lots in here for you. So this one here is your Climbing Rose. You've also got the Peony. This is Butterfly Love, Schmetterling Liebe. This one here is your Thinking of You. You've also got the butterfly in here too, which is awesome. That is the butterfly, that's the Mariposa and the Butterfly Love. You've got another sentiment to go in there and another of these large butterfly dies too. Try that again. I've got a friend's dentures in. $45.55 or $59.76 if you want to grab a hold of that one. Lots of lovely things you can do with these, Craig.
Lots and lots of lovely things. We're either going all out with your golds and your blacks if you want to as well, but then going in with your pastel tones that we can see right here. But then you can go in with all your flowery cardstocks, you can go in with your inks as well. Look at this one there with your deep navies on that one here. Let's show, even bringing in your acetates that you've got too, or you maybe want to go all extravagant that we can see on that one there.
Beautiful, loving that, really lovely. Something else I want to share with you, I think probably the deal of the show, these actually, it is those lace frames, and there's 4 designs in here for you. You pay for 2, we send you 4, which is excellent. $25.98 if you're here in the UK. If you're in the US, $37.98. Platinum members are looking at £20 and change or $30 and change. You've got the toucan lace frame. You've also got here as well the Irish lace, the bobbin lace, and you've got in here that incredible Venetian lace as well. All 4 of those come included for that price. As I said, you are only paying for 2, so it makes them incredible value for money. So do stock up on those. Craig's got a few examples actually of these as well, of the things that you can put together.
So maybe you want to do larger cards but only use some of the smaller components like we can see on this one here, or maybe you want to do additional little concept cards, but you know, not similar to what I've done but similar in form of concept that we can see here. Little mats and layers all the way round. Once again, this is a smaller one. We're only using a small amount of the components. Maybe you want to start to do all of your big concept cards using your Ultimate Pros that you can see here. Top of boxes, little edgeables, lots of these different ways that you can be using them as well.
Brilliant. Don't forget, 2 hours until you join us again for Cartload. I must say it's very busy on Cartload. Some stuff we are a little concerned about making it to the show. Craig, you love Hunky Dory. What can we expect from that later show?
We can find products that you maybe not been seen before, or we do have returning favourites, but maybe back in a different bundle. We've got things that have not been seen before when it comes to acetate. We've got foiled acetate, and we've also got some new collection returning favourites, like I say. And yeah, some of them, once they are going to be gone, that is them going to be gone. So do check us out later on.
Do come back 2 hours time, 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time with myself and Craig. Loads of great deals for you, but also still lots of inspiration as well. Don't forget to check out your baskets, and we'll see you in a couple hours time. Bye.
Bye.